Archangel Michael says, "You have been lovingly warned from the heavens, not with fear, but with deep care." Someone who once walked this earth with you, someone from your family who has already crossed into the light, is longing to speak to your heart. They carry a message, not to frighten you, but to bring peace, both to your soul and to theirs, so they may finally rest in God's embrace. Heaven whispers in moments you may not notice, soft winds, sudden memories, or dreams that feel too real. These gentle signs are never coincidences. They are moments when the veil between the earthly and the eternal grows thin, and God permits a soul filled with love to reach out, just once more. Because even after they leave their earthly bodies, love doesn't fade. It transcends time, space, and sorrow. And now, this love has found a way to knock gently on the door of your heart. Child of God, this message is tender and sacred. A part of heaven is calling to you, not with loud words, but with a quiet urgency that asks you to listen, not with your ears, but with your spirit. There is something you need to feel. Something you must understand. And above all, something you are ready to receive. For God has already prepared your heart. There is no punishment here. No anger. Only the longing of a soul who once shared your laughter, tears, and moments, now standing in the light of God's mercy, praying you'll open your heart to what you need to hear. You see, even the departed carry love like a flame that does not go out. And when God allows, that flame can flicker once more in your life, not to haunt, but to heal. It is not about seeing ghosts. It is about seeing grace. You might remember their voice when you least expect it. Or find yourself standing where they once stood. You may feel warmth around you when no one else is near. These are not accidents. These are the sacred moments where God allows the eternal to touch the present. This message they carry is not wrapped in fear, but in gentleness. It might be a long-delayed apology. It might be a truth they never had the strength to say. It might be a word of love, or a blessing they wish they had given. But most of all, it is a whisper of peace. Peace for them, and for you. Peace that breaks the chains of old pain. Peace that sets the soul free. Sometimes, what holds a soul is not their own burden, but ours. Our grief, our regret, our silence, our anger, our unanswered questions, these things can make it hard for them to fully rest. But when your heart chooses to listen, when your spirit opens even a little, it helps them find their way to perfect light. And it helps you, too, find the healing only God can give. You are not alone in this moment. I, Archangel Michael, have been sent not only to bring you this message, but to walk beside you as you hear it. You are not walking into darkness. You are walking into grace. Type 222 if you know God is with you. Heaven sees you, your faith, your pain, your strength, your tears. And in this moment, heaven leans closer. This family member, this beloved soul, has waited with patience and with God's permission, for this very moment. So they may rest. So you may breathe lighter. so chains can break, so hearts can mend. You may not understand everything now. That's okay. Healing doesn't rush in like a storm, it comes like a sunrise, gently and faithfully. And as this journey unfolds, I will stay with you. I will help you feel what your soul already knows. You are deeply loved, forever held, and never forgotten by heaven. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven never forgets a soul. And it never forgets you. Every moment of your life, every tear you've cried in silence, every prayer whispered into the darkness, has been heard. God's eyes have never left you." And now, as this message continues to gently unfold, you are being drawn into something far greater than you realize. A divine moment. A sacred unveiling of love's eternal promise. That loved one who has passed, they are closer than you imagine. Not in body, but in the way their love still surrounds you, in the way their memory still carries weight in your heart. That pull you feel sometimes for no reason at all, that sense that you're being watched over, protected, is not just a feeling, it's real. God, in His infinite mercy, has allowed this soul to speak now, through the soft breath of grace that flows into your heart. They don't want to cause you sorrow. They don't want to bring back old wounds. No, child of heaven, they want to bring light. They want to say what they couldn't before. They want to say they're sorry. Or maybe they want to say thank you. Perhaps they never told you how proud they were of you. Perhaps they never had the words to express how deeply they loved you. And now, in God's presence, that love is brighter, purer, and full of peace. You see, when a soul crosses over, they don't forget the ones they leave behind. They remember everything, and in that remembering, they long for healing, not only for themselves but for you. Because love doesn't stop. Death cannot erase what is rooted in eternity. And now, that eternal thread is being gently pulled, drawing you toward healing, toward understanding, toward a love that spans beyond the veil. Take a deep breath. Let this truth wrap around you like a warm blanket. You are being held. You are being watched over. The message is not loud, but it is powerful. In stillness, it will come. In reflection, it will rise. And when it does, you will feel something shift inside your heart. A release. A softening. A quiet moment where sorrow turns into something sacred. This journey is not about speaking to the dead. It is about feeling the living love of heaven reach down and hold you. It is about forgiveness that travels through time. It is about grace that has no limits. What if you could unlock a secret brain wave that top scientists discovered inside the hippocampus, the very switch that signals wealth and abundance? Hidden from the public for decades, this breakthrough can rewire your mind to attract prosperity faster than you imagined. Picture the stress of bills replaced with financial freedom and new opportunities. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate this ancient money wave and step into abundance today. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul. It is about the mercy of a Father who allows even a soul already in His light to send comfort back to you. That's how loved you are. Your tears are not a weakness. They are the cleansing rain of a soul touched by the divine. Let them fall. Let them speak of the love you carry. Let them make room for what is being given to you now, a sacred moment of release. A heavenly encounter. A truth your spirit already knows, that life does not end in death. It is transformed. You may feel a presence in your quiet moments. You may see a sign you can't explain, a butterfly that lingers too long, a familiar scent in the air, a voice in your dream that wakes you with peace. These are not accidents. They are messages wrapped in grace. Tokens from heaven, carried gently to earth on God's command. And as you walk forward, know this: I am guarding you. I am clearing the path before you. I am surrounding you with light that no darkness can touch. And I will continue to stay beside you as you listen more deeply to what God is pouring into your heart. There is no pressure. There is no rush. Only invitation. Let love do what it was made to do: heal, restore, renew. That soul who loved you in life is now free from pain, but they want you to be free too. Free from guilt, regret, anger, and sorrow. Free to breathe, to forgive, to smile again without heaviness. That's what they want most. That's what God wants for you too. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven waits patiently, but it does not forget." And now that the time has come for this message to bloom in your heart, you are being gently led into a space where healing can truly begin. You don't need to do anything grand. You don't need to speak out loud. You don't need to understand every detail. You only need to allow your heart to soften, and let God move through the quiet places within you. There are things left unsaid between you and the one who has passed. Not because of neglect or lack of love, but because life doesn't always give us the chance to say everything our hearts carry. There may have been misunderstandings, silence, even pain. But now, in the eternal light of God, they see clearly. They see the truth. And they want you to see it too. Not to reopen wounds, but to mend them. They want you to know that love was always there, even if it wasn't perfect, even if it was hidden behind struggle or weakness. Love never leaves. It simply becomes part of the soul's essence. And now that they are in the presence of God, that love shines brighter than ever before. They are holding it out to you like a gift, hoping you'll accept it, not just for them, but for yourself. Type 1616 if you surrender to God's will. Sometimes healing feels like remembering. Other times, it feels like letting go. You are allowed to do both. You can hold on to the moments that brought you joy, and release the ones that brought pain. You can forgive, even if the person is no longer here in body. You can speak what you never got to say, and trust that heaven hears every word. Nothing is wasted in the kingdom of God, not your memories, not your prayers, not your tears. This is your time. Time to allow peace to replace pain. Time to lift the weight you've carried, perhaps without even realizing it. That soul who loved you, be it a parent, a sibling, a child, a grandparent, a friend, they are not lost. They are found in glory. And they now carry a heart full of truth and clarity, longing only to share that light with you. Their message may not come in words. It may come in a feeling, a warmth, a deep inner knowing. But it will come. And when it does, let it in. Let it wash over you like a gentle river. There is no shame in grieving, just as there is no shame in healing. Both are holy. Both are seen by God. Even now, as you read these words, your heart is being touched. Not by me alone, but by the love of heaven itself. You are not being haunted, you are being held, you are not being warned to fear, but to feel the depth of love that still surrounds you. Feel the mercy of God wrapping your soul in comfort. Feel the courage to open the locked doors within and let light flood in. God is not distant in this. He is near, closer than breath. He is the one who allowed this moment, this message, this reaching across the veil. He is the one who says, "It is time." Let the past rest. Let your heart rise. You don't have to do it all at once. Just one moment at a time. One breath. One whisper of trust. There are moments in life when your spirit knows something your mind cannot yet understand. This is one of those moments. As this sacred message continues to unfold, you are being wrapped more deeply in the presence of God, in the love of heaven, and in the quiet, undying connection with the soul who longs to speak peace into your life from beyond the veil. You may feel the past rise up like a soft tide, memories both joyful and painful, questions left unanswered, emotions long buried. Do not be afraid of what you feel. You are not being broken. You are being blessed. Every memory that surfaces now is being held by God with great care. Each one is part of the healing. Each one is being touched by grace. What if a simple 7-minute sound frequency could awaken a forgotten brain signal designed to pull wealth toward you like a magnet? Backed by shocking CIA files and neuroscience, this discovery is now changing lives everywhere. Think of debts melting away, promotions arriving, and abundance flowing freely. Click the link in video description and comments below to experience the hidden wealth wave and let your financial destiny shift in your favor today. Type 2020 to claim joy and strength. That beloved soul, the one who once shared your laughter or your pain, the one whose absence still echoes through your days, they are not far. They are with God, yes, but also near enough to whisper love into your life. And it is not just for their peace, but for yours, because what burdens you still carries weight in eternity. And what you choose to release now becomes a gift, not just for them, but for yourself. You do not need to be strong. You only need to be open. Open to receive what has long been waiting to reach you: forgiveness, clarity, comfort, truth, light. Heaven's timing is never rushed. And now, in this very hour, God has opened a gentle space for this soul to reach across time and tell you what they never could: you mattered more than you knew. Maybe you lived with doubt, unsure if they truly understood your heart, unsure if they saw your love, unsure if they appreciated the quiet sacrifices you made. Maybe there were painful words exchanged, or worse, painful silences that still weigh heavy. But now, with all the understanding that eternity brings, they see clearly. They see you, all of you. And they want you to know, your love did not go unnoticed. Your kindness reached them, even if they never said it. And your pain did not go unseen. This is not just their message. It is God's healing flowing through them to you, and I am here to guard this moment, so nothing interrupts the work that heaven is doing inside your heart. Let the walls down now. Let the silence speak. Let your tears carry the weight of what was never said, never resolved. For each tear makes room for peace. They want you to be free. Free from the guilt that was never yours to carry. Free from the ache of wondering what could have been. Free to live now with a lighter heart, knowing that love, even when flawed, was real. And now, made perfect in heaven, that love reaches for you again. You may wonder why now. Why this moment? Why this message? And the answer is simple: you are ready to lay it down. Ready to listen, not with your ears, but with your soul. Ready to move forward, not by forgetting, but by forgiving, not by letting go of the love, but by letting go of the pain. Even now, the Holy Spirit surrounds you, soft and quiet as dawn. Feel that stillness. Breathe it in. You are in sacred ground, where heaven and earth meet, not in flashes or fire, but in a whisper of truth. You are not being judged. You are being restored. Let it come slowly if it must. Let it come in waves. But let it come. The message will not force itself upon you. It is gentle, like the one who sent it. And when your heart receives it, you will feel the shift, the loosening of what held you back, the warmth of what you've long needed to hear. Type 111 if you believe miracles are near. Archangel Michael says, there is something truly holy about the way your heart is opening right now. Even in your quiet moments, when you may feel unsure or weary, heaven sees the courage it takes to feel deeply. You may not realize it, but every breath you take while carrying love for someone who has passed is a prayer, soft, pure, and powerful. And heaven answers those prayers in ways you cannot always see, but can surely feel. This journey you're on is not just about a message from beyond. It's about what God is awakening inside of you through that message. A new tenderness. A deeper trust. A healing that touches places no one else sees. The person who left this earth, the soul you still carry in your heart, has already felt this shift. And they are at peace knowing that light is entering the shadows you've kept hidden for so long. They are not asking you to forget. In fact, they hope you remember, but now, in peace. Let their memory become a garden, not a grave. Let it be a place you can visit with love, not sorrow. They want to rest knowing that you are not bound by grief, but lifted by grace. That their memory in your heart brings a smile more than a tear. That you are living, truly living, not just surviving in the quiet absence of their presence. Sometimes you may feel a chill in the air, or hear something that reminds you of them. A favorite song, a certain smell, a word spoken by someone else that suddenly stirs your spirit. These are not accidents. These are echoes. God allows these tender touches not to haunt you, but to help you. To let you know that though they are gone from the body, they are not gone from your life. Child of the Most High, your soul is sacred ground. And in this moment, something ancient and beautiful is taking root within it, a divine understanding. A peace that surpasses explanation. An inner knowing that even in loss, love lives on. Even in silence, heaven speaks. I tell you now, gently and with full truth, your healing is part of their peace. What you let go of now becomes the wings that help their soul fly freely into God's embrace. And what you hold on to with love becomes a bridge between your world and theirs, not made of sorrow, but of sacred remembrance. God is not far in this. He is the one writing every line of this story. He is the one who allowed this message to reach you, not to scare, but to soothe. Not to trouble your spirit, but to ease it. You may think this message found you by chance. But there are no accidents in the divine. God's love orchestrated it all, because He knew the exact moment your soul would be ready. If you have guilt, lay it down. If you have questions, let them rest in God's hands. If you have pain, offer it to heaven. What if the missing piece to financial success wasn't luck, but a hidden frequency inside your brain waiting to be switched on? Once activated, this ancient signal unleashes waves of prosperity, opening doors to opportunities you never thought possible. From sudden windfalls to long-awaited breakthroughs, it's transforming lives daily. Want to see how? Click the link in the video description and comments below to tap into the money magnet brain wave and begin your journey today. Type Amen to trust God's plan for your life. Nothing is too broken for Him. Nothing is too heavy for His arms. I walk beside you still. With each part of this journey, I will not leave your side. I will carry you if you falter. I will shield you from the darkness. And I will continue to whisper reminders of your worth, your beauty, and the deep love heaven holds for you. You are not walking through shadows, you are walking toward light. Toward the kind of love that never ends. Toward a peace that restores not just your heart, but your soul. You are being renewed. Not by forgetting the past, but by allowing it to be transformed in the hands of God. Archangel Michael says, "The path you are walking now is sacred, even if it feels quiet. Every breath you take, every tear that falls, every whisper of remembrance that moves through your heart, it is all part of this divine unfolding. You are not drifting in sorrow. You are being guided through healing. And the presence of the one you've lost still walks beside you, no longer in human form, but wrapped in the light of God's eternal love. Sometimes, when the night feels long and your heart aches in ways you cannot explain, know this: you are not grieving alone. Heaven grieves with you, not in sadness, but in compassion. The soul you miss has already found peace, but they long for you to find it too. They want you to feel light again, to smile without guilt, to laugh without feeling like you're leaving them behind. Because you're not. They live on, in you, through you, and all around you in ways only your spirit can feel. There may have been things they never said. Maybe you never got to say goodbye. Or perhaps there were goodbyes, but they didn't feel complete. That's okay. What was left unsaid on earth has now been spoken in heaven. And through God's grace, their soul speaks to yours without words. What once felt unfinished is now made whole in the presence of divine mercy. You might wonder how to go on. How to truly live without that person's physical presence. The answer is simpler than you think. You live with love. You live with faith. You live with your heart open, knowing that their love did not end with death. It was transformed. It now surrounds you in every quiet miracle, the kind that looks like comfort you can't explain, a sudden wave of peace, a dream that feels more real than sleep. Child of God, their soul is not trapped. It is free. But sometimes a soul lingers in longing, not for itself, but for you, longing for your heart to heal. Longing for the weight to be lifted from your shoulders. Longing for you to feel how proud they are of you, how thankful, how deeply sorry if pain was ever caused, how fully they love you now in the light of truth. You are not being followed by a shadow. You are being led by love. Type 3030 if you believe Jesus lives in your heart. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to help guide you through it. With every message, I wrap you in strength you didn't know you had. With every word, I remind you that you are never, ever alone. You have heaven's army behind you. You have God's hand holding yours. You have love reaching for you from both sides of the veil. Let this moment be a turning point, not one of forgetting, but of releasing. Let your soul be free of guilt, fear, or the burden of not knowing. What was broken has been made whole in eternity. What was unspoken is now understood. And what you feel, that quiet pull in your chest, is their way of saying, I'm still with you. I'm okay. And I want you to be okay too, There is no need to chase signs or search for proof. Just be still. Be open. Be present. The peace will come. The clarity will rise. And in time, what now feels like pain will become something softer, something sacred. You are being healed from the inside out. Every layer of grief is being touched by heaven. Every step forward is being guided. You are not failing. You are growing. You are not forgetting. You are forgiving. Forgiveness, for them, for yourself, for the time you lost, for the words unsaid. That is the bridge to freedom. That is the way to rest, for both of you. Archangel Michael says, Each time you allow your heart to soften, heaven draws closer. You may not always feel it in words or visions, but the nearness of God and the presence of the soul who longs to reach you, these are truths that move in silence, in the stillness between moments. They are with you now. And you are not imagining it. You are not alone. There is something so beautiful about how your heart continues to open. Even with the ache, even with the memories that sometimes sting, you are allowing grace to touch places in you that have long been hidden. That takes courage. That takes faith. And all of heaven rejoices over your willingness to feel what others might run from. Because this feeling, though tender, is holy. The one who has passed is not bound by sorrow. They are not weeping in regret. They are surrounded by peace, God's perfect peace. But their love for you still lives with great tenderness. Their desire to bring you comfort is strong, not for their sake, but for yours. They want you to know that everything that mattered to them on earth now shines even brighter in eternity. And you mattered most. Sometimes people leave this world with words left unspoken. Sometimes love was shown in small, quiet ways that never seemed enough. But now they see clearly. Now they understand what their soul could not grasp before. And if they could speak to you with the fullness of heaven's truth, they would say, "I love you more than I ever showed. I see your heart now. I see the moments I missed. I see the pain I didn't help carry." What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brain wave and start attracting wealth right now. Type "I believe" if you believe miracles are on the way. I see the strength you held when you felt alone. And I am so proud of you. I am so sorry for any hurt I left behind. And I thank you for the love you gave, even when it was hard. These words, though simple, are sacred. Let them settle deep inside your spirit. Let them become the balm that soothes the wounds you didn't know were still open. Healing is not a sudden rush. It is a quiet returning, to love, to light, to peace. You are returning now. Returning to the part of you that can laugh again. That can feel joy without guilt. That can rest, knowing you are held by something greater than yourself. That can remember without being broken. That can live forward, carrying the memory with light, not with weight. Your loved one does not want you to pause your life in sorrow. They want you to live fully, freely. They want your hands to open again, your eyes to lift again, your heart to receive again. Because they see now what truly matters, and it is love. Always love. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to remind you of this love. To guard you as you step into new peace. to stay beside you as you continue to walk this path of soft, sacred healing. You are doing better than you know. Every tear you've cried has been caught in God's hands. Every prayer whispered in pain has been carried directly to heaven's throne. You may not feel strong, but you are strong. Because you've chosen to stay soft. You've chosen to believe that love doesn't end. You've chosen to feel when it would be easier to hide. And that, child of God, is holy bravery. Now, take another breath. And let it be a breath of release. Let it be the beginning of a new chapter, not one without memory, but one without pain. Let it be filled with the warmth of knowing that someone who once walked beside you now walks with God and still holds your name in their eternal love. Archangel Michael says, when you choose to open your heart to what is unseen, heaven begins to pour into the spaces you didn't know were longing for light. You may have spent years carrying quiet questions. You may have wrestled with pain, confusion, or a sense of unfinished goodbyes. But now, by divine grace, those questions are beginning to meet answers, not always in words, but in peace, in stillness, in the warmth that starts to return to your soul. That loved one, your family in the light, has watched over you with a heart full of mercy. Their time in the presence of God has healed every wound, removed every regret, and awakened a deeper understanding in them. They don't carry burdens anymore. But they know that sometimes, you still do. And with all the love they have, they want to help you lay them down. Type 222 if you trust that God is with you always. Their message remains simple and pure, let yourself be free. Let me rest in peace, knowing you are whole. Not because you've forgotten them. Not because you've moved on without care. But because you have chosen to live with love instead of sorrow. That is the rest they seek. That is the rest heaven longs to bring to both of you. Even now, the Spirit is near. Your heart is beating with sacred rhythm. The breath in your lungs is full of grace. You are not only healing, you are being renewed. Your tears have been turned into seeds, and soon, those seeds will bloom into strength, into compassion, into a deeper understanding of life, death, and the eternal bond of love that survives them both. You are becoming someone new, not because you are changing who you are, but because you are remembering who you've always been, a child of God, never forgotten, always cherished, forever wrapped in divine care. Let the weight go now. Let the thoughts that once haunted you begin to fade. Let the what-ifs and if-onlys dissolve in the presence of love. For there is no more time to regret. There is only time to remember with tenderness, to forgive with honesty, and to live with joy. Yes, joy. You are allowed to feel it again. You are allowed to smile without guilt. You are allowed to laugh and dance and live as fully as your soul desires. This is not betrayal, it is honor, because your life, lived in joy, becomes a tribute to the love you shared. It becomes proof that death has not stolen what truly matters. I, Archangel Michael, continue to walk with you. In your dreams, in your stillness, in your moments of quiet thought, I am near. Heaven has assigned me to this journey with you. To guard your heart. To protect the truth. To remind you, when doubt or sorrow tries to return, that you are never walking alone. The soul that reached for you, your beloved in the light, they are now free. And through your healing, you have helped them rest. Through your tears, you have helped them soar. Through your forgiveness, you have helped unlock something sacred in the heavens. This is not the end. This is a continuation, a new beginning wrapped in peace. The days ahead will still carry moments of memory, but they will feel lighter. Softer. You'll begin to smile more when you think of them. You'll find yourself feeling their love in new ways, in the sunlight, in a bird's song, in a perfectly timed moment that speaks right to your spirit. These are not coincidences. These are kisses from heaven. Archangel Michael says, now that your heart has begun to soften beneath the light of heaven's comfort, you are stepping into something sacred that no eyes can see and no words can fully explain. It is the gentle transformation of the soul. The kind that happens not all at once, but little by little, through quiet mornings, deep breaths, and small moments when love rises again like dawn after a long, dark night. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. Type 333 to welcome peace into your heart. What once felt heavy is beginning to feel lighter. Not because the memory of your loved one is fading, but because the pain is slowly being replaced with peace. That's how heaven works. It doesn't rush you. It doesn't force you. It simply surrounds you, patiently, until you are ready to receive. And now, you are ready. That soul, the one you miss so dearly, is full of joy now. They've seen the sorrow you carried and the strength with which you carried it. They've seen the tears you cried in silence, the prayers you whispered with trembling lips, and the moments you smiled through pain just to keep going. They know it all. And if they could embrace you now, they would. Not with words, but with a love so deep and radiant it would silence all your doubts. They are not lost. And neither are you. This message is a bridge, a holy thread stretching between your soul and theirs. And it was made possible by love. Love that has never died. Love that has only changed form. God is the author of that love, and He is using it now to write healing across your heart. You may still have days when sorrow visits. That is natural. That is human. But those days will no longer steal your joy. Because now, joy has roots in eternity. You'll find strength in remembering the laughter. You'll find light in the stories. You'll discover that their presence is not gone, it has simply changed. Their soul now dances in the freedom of God's glory. And they want your soul to dance too. To live. To breathe again. To open to new beginnings. Because when you live in light, it honors their journey. When you choose hope, it frees their memory from the weight of your pain. The world may not understand the quiet things that comfort you, the way a breeze makes you pause, the feeling that someone unseen is near, the dream that lingers long after waking. But I understand. And more importantly, God understands. He placed these holy signs in your path to remind you that you are never alone. You don't have to try so hard anymore. You don't need to carry everything. You don't have to prove your love through suffering. That was never the way. The true proof of love is in how it transforms you into someone softer, kinder, stronger. And that transformation is happening now. Not in a rush, but in holy rhythm. I, Archangel Michael, remain by your side. I've guarded every part of your journey, even when you didn't feel me. I have fought back darkness when you were too tired to speak. I have stood watch while your soul slept, making sure the light never left your path. Type 444 if you believe in God's divine protection. Let yourself rest now. Let yourself feel safe again. The soul who reached out to you with a message has found what they needed. They are at peace. And you are stepping into that peace, too. In the days ahead, you will notice things shift. Not just in the world around you, but in the world within you. A new gentleness. A quiet wisdom. A fresh openness to joy. This is the fruit of healing. This is what heaven has been leading you toward all along. Archangel Michael says, "Now, beloved, we have come to the final part of this sacred journey together. But what has begun within your heart is not ending here, it is only beginning. The peace you are now feeling is not a moment, it is a gift that continues to unfold, quietly, beautifully, like a flower blooming in the early morning light. And this gift was always meant for you. You see, God never lets pain pass through your life without purpose. Every tear you've shed, every ache you've carried, every silent cry of the soul, none of it has been in vain. It was preparing you for this healing. For this restoration. For the deep peace that now surrounds you like a holy embrace. Heaven did not forget you. The soul who reached out did not forget you. And God never, ever let go of you. That message which came from beyond was never meant to trouble you, but to release you. To help you breathe lighter. To let your shoulders fall and your heart rise. It came so that the one who has passed may truly rest, not in sorrow or silence, but in the light of knowing you are healing. You are whole. You are free. Their journey is complete now. They are where there is no more fear, no more regret, no more pain. But you, beautiful child of heaven, still have so much life to live. And now, by God's mercy, you are being invited to live that life in fullness. Not weighed down by the past, but lifted by grace. Not haunted by memories, but held by them. There is honor in remembering, there is peace in forgiveness. This is what God has wanted all along, not just to comfort you in your loss, but to transform your pain into purpose. You are now a vessel of healing. What you've walked through will one day be light for someone else. Your scars will not shame you, they will shine. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today. Amen.